I cannot believe how many tech YouTubers are recommending these. These things are so bad that even IGN didn't give them a 10 out of 10. Now, all jokes aside, they're actually not horrible. There is an audience for them, I'm just not that audience. There's no denying that they're extremely comfortable and they're feature-packed. They're really, really amazing for console gamers, for example. They've got the chat wheel. But if you don't really care about any of those features like me, I'm just a PC gamer, all I care about is sound quality. That's where these fall apart, in my opinion. As you might already suspect, these are really bass heavy, and not a good type of bass either. Not a fun and punchy type of bass, but it's more of a bass that's kind of on top of everything, even when it doesn't belong. And don't get me wrong, if the soundtrack you're listening to does have that punch, these can produce that. It's all depending on the mixing of the track, right? But in general, they're just kind of, the bass is a little lackluster, but the level of the bass is turned way up, so it's just like taking a bad bass and cranking it up. And you can fix that in the EQ. You can certainly go in the EQ levels and turn that down, and you can get a much better sound out of them. But then the problem is, like I said, it's kind of lacking that punch already, and when you turn down the bass, it just kind of makes it even more lackluster. There is an audience that I think would enjoy it. I'm just not that audience. So that's the short of it. That's what I think about the headset, but now I'm going to get a little bit more detailed and talk about the nuances and explain why I think this. As I already mentioned, these are very comfortable. I've had these on my head for hours on end and they didn't bother me whatsoever, and part of that is because there's very little clamping force. But that also comes with a downside because if you move around a lot, these probably aren't going to stay on your head very much. At least they didn't for me. So unfortunately, no headbanging with these. In terms of build quality, these are pretty decent. The headband has a nice balance between being rigid but still flexible, and I think these could survive a drop or two. I don't suspect that the hinges that let the ear cuff swivel are going to hold up for years and years and years and years to come, but they should still last a decent while. If you are less picky about your audio than I am, or you just only want to use these for gaming and no music whatsoever, then I think if you find these on sale, they could be a good deal. They're not absolute hot trash, but they just don't live up to the extremely high expectations set by other reviewers. Also, one really cool feature that I did gloss over in the intro is the ability to simultaneously listen through Bluetooth and 2.4 GHz. So that means, for example, you can have your phone connected to these at the same time as it's connected to your console or PC. So the SteelSeries Arctis Nova 7s do have some redeeming qualities, but at the end of the day, for me personally, I'm just not a huge fan of the sound profile, even after EQ. But for gaming, I will say, they work flawlessly. I have no complaints when it comes to being able to hear footsteps or anything like that, so as a gaming headset, they do work as intended. However, I don't know about you, but I don't think I know a single person that only uses their headset for gaming and no music whatsoever. Also, if you're wondering about the microphone, it's probably best that you didn't, but here's a quick sound test. This is a test of the SteelSeries Arctis Nova 7's microphone. Let me know how you guys think it sounds in the comments. As far as wireless headsets, I'll be sticking with my Audio-Technica G1 wireless for the time being.